Today is May 2nd. The Yankees swept the Tigers. They won games. They hit a lot of home runs, and they won a game with hitting no home runs at all. Kluber pitched really well. Cole pitched really well. Let's talk about it. Let's talk all about it. Let's talk Yanks. Jake?
Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY. JOMBOY Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, steam and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY. JOMBOY and Jake. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY. JOMBOY and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks, brought to you by DraftKings. Thank you very much for tuning in, hanging out with us for a little bit as we dissect the beating that took place in the Bronx. My name's Jimmy, sitting next to me is Jake, and in the corner we have producer David Mendelson. Birth name today. What's your middle name?
Paul.
I knew that. Jake, how are you?
That's why they used to call him DP Mendelson. I'm well. I'm all right. Second shot, little under the weather, coming back up to life. Glad it's done, man. Told everybody, I'm licking faces in about 14 days. So you've all been warned. But I'm good, man. I mean, the Yankees
Against all Sprite at.
dominated. Yeah, that's why I'm giving the 14 days. I'll play that. I'll play your dumb games. But yeah, I mean, the Yankees dominated this series. And rightfully so. I think this kind of needs to get out of the way. Are the Tigers really bad? Bingo. Yes. Kind of shockingly. For a team that was exciting, Akil Baddoo, I think a lot of people around baseball heard that name. And just to see the output, holy crap. But Yankees play the teams they got to play. Tigers came to town, starting a big homestand. I think their longest homestand of the year.
Yeah, I was a bit upset about that. It's only 9 games, isn't it? Isn't that normal?
Yeah, I guess it's, 3 series. I wonder if they've got a couple, 2 series and then a 2-gamer or something, or if they've just got some 6-game sets. But, yeah, so I'm, excited. This was the result we were looking for. We're not going to do a lot of, and this I'm getting this out of the way because we're not going to do a ton of, but it was the Tigers. We know, sure, but let's celebrate what happened. Man, some guys on that team were bad. But Yanks are hot, Tim.
Yanks are hot. Nothing. This is exactly what the Yankees needed.
Yeah.
They needed a really bad team to come and play some home games against a really bad team, some nice day games in front of their home crowd. And if they lost, it would have been a huge, huge problem. And if they won without winning, like we've been saying earlier, if they won losses, the Yanks won these games handily. They were just a good, competent team. This was the middle of the 2018 run when they were just having a really good season. And you're yeah, of course they're going to win. They're just playing really well right now. So it was great. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I didn't get to watch the second game. I was at a family get-together, gathering. There's a side of my family that we hadn't seen in a year.
Yeah, man.
My nephew's a year old, and they never met, and they have a baby. So we hung out in the backyard, had lunch. So I was following along on my phone. And for big moments, tuning in. But the first game, I really wasn't planted, watching.
Planted. Okay.
Just to let people know.
Known.
Being honest with the people.
It's good. It's a good trait to have.
Off day tomorrow. I mean, vibes are good.
Vibes are good. I mean, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do any rest day stuff. I had a moment of frustration when I realized Monday was an off day, and they were still resting guys. But hey, we won. That's the whole point.
I mean, and they had an off day. Whatever, right? Didn't they just have an off day? No, they had that long
strip. This was the big streak. So part of me gets it. Part of me is also hey, Stanton's on fire, and he DHs, and there's an off day Monday. Gleyber Torres, 24 years old. But whatever. They swept. Dad's happy.
I have a question.
Okay. We've got 2 potential people to answer your question.
This might come up. It's a question about today's game. I'm blanking. Did Gio get any plays at short?
There was one kind of later in the game, and Michael K did Ground ball to short, Gio Urshela. Like, he kind of forgot.
Yeah.
I think it was I double checked, but I think it was one.
There's
ball.
at least one.
I think it was one.
You
ball.
double checked
There
it?
might have been two.
I did not double check.
Oh, I
it,
thought
but
you-
I
I
feel
was-
good
yeah.
about it.
I thought you just
I
said
can go
I double
check the
checked. I was
play
like, you
log.
were looking at
No.
that earlier too?
No way.
I can't
There's
remember.
There's at least one because Sterling did his. And Susan, where did he throw it? And it in the chest. Because he does it every time, even though he's also pointed out that Glaber's, the throws have been good lately.
Let's see. Urshela. Round out. Urshela. Infield single to third. Eat bugs. Round out
It's
the
all right.
shortstop. Urshela at third base. I don't know. I think it might have even been like a shifter, so there could be funny business mixed in, but
It's all good. It's all good. All right, let's just get into the burns. Let's recap this thing.
All right.
You ready?
I think so.
Oh, we have some injuries. Darren O'Day
Yes.
is headed to the IL.
Yes.
Rotator cuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to be careful when you say that. I think they said a strain because, rotator cuff can mean like out for a long time.
I didn't make that up, so did someone say it?
It's a rotator
It
cuff
is the
strain.
rotator cuff, but I think you need to keep going with
There
it.
isn't
okay.
like
Rotator cuff could also be 14 months. See you later.
He didn't tear anything.
They're going to check in 3-4 weeks, they said. It's not great, I mean, especially for an older gentleman. But, yeah, I wonder if he's been feeling it for a little bit or something happened because
Boone said, I have it here. He's been cranky in the shoulder really all month. Started out a little bit early, but able to pitch through it, and then actually the middle of the month was starting to feel pretty good and was kind of a non-issue. Then over the last few days, it was just in there cranky. So decided to get it looked at and found there was a strain in there.
cranky.
So King comes back up before
Bang.
the 10-day thing. So that's good news for King, bad news for O'Day. Any other roster moves?
Roster moves. No, I mean, in Yankee land, they came out with the minor league teams and stuff. So, I don't know. That's got some people excited. You could see who's at AAA, AA, low A, whatever you want. I don't know. Anything else, Beep?
Andujar got a hit in the alt site now.
Bang.
Yeah, got some good.
Oppo juice.
I think that's all. I mean,
Yeah.
the O'Day's the big news, and King comes back up.
It means nothing to anyone besides Michael King himself, but since he was down less than 10 days, he gets the service time for the time in between, so it's just good for him, and I'm thinking of him as a friend. And
Good.
Wait, he
Good for
gets
Michael
service time?
yeah, if you're kept down less than the 10 days, you just get credit for those days, I think. So,
Let's go.
I think a couple years ago, I learned it when they kept Montgomery down because they were skipping a start, but he's going to be up before he was down 10 days, so he got those 8 days or whatever.
Okay.
It's that's nice.
Huge.
So where did they put prospects? Is Florial at AAA or AA?
Florial's at AA, I believe. Our AAA team is genuinely, if they went heads up versus the Tigers, 162 games. I mean, I might lean our AAA. Andujar, Dietrich is still there. We kind of forgot about him. That catcher is Chirinos, or is it the other? Yeah, Chirinos is down there. And, I don't know, Kyle Barraclough could be the setup guy in Detroit right now. So, dudes.
I only have the AA, which I would rather
Okay.
look at the AAA, but this is what I got. No, it's fine. I don't know why this is the website that came up, but Voigt's at AA. I think that's why.
Somerset.
Yeah. Why would they do Voight there? Whatever, doesn't matter. All right, let's get into Burns. Let's talk about the series against the Tigers. The Burns are brought to you by Manscaped today. Hey, you.
Mm.
Yeah, you, BBD.
Yeah.
Got Bush?
Ooh.
Question mark?
To the what?
Pause for
Manscaped.
answer. Oh,
Yeah.
no. You definitely do if you haven't tried the best product from our sponsor today, Manscaped. After using these life-changing products, you're going to want to join a ballsack beauty contest.
I'd enter.
They
I've
have that.
won.
They have that. Just to let you, I
I
don't
was
even
making
like
my food up.
the guy who wrote the Manscaped ad. It's the Testicle Festival in Idaho.
Oh, the Testy Fest.
The Testy Festival in Idaho, and they do have you unzip and you drink your balls out, and there's judges and they judge them. Jake and I were.
I'd have to recheck the event schedule. They've got a lot of events. Do they do a straight up best testes? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they do. I
You'd
think
think so.
I think
but-
it's in Idaho. We were gonna go one year.
yeah.
Oh, it's on hold due to COVID. Damn. They have like, a bunch of like food.
Yeah.
Made out of
food like testicles.
So hey, if you live in Idaho or around Idaho and you want to go to the Testicle Festival once it's back on, then you're gonna need your Manscaped grooming kit. You're gonna need the lawnmower. You're gonna need the Perfect Package 3.0. It's cordless body trimmer and a ton of other liquid formulations to round out your grooming routine. That's how you win the Testicle Festival. And you get 20% off plus free shipping with code Yanks at manscaped.com. Get 20% off and free shipping with Yanks at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code Yanks. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with manscaped.com. Shout out Manscaped and the Testicle Festival.
Some other minor league highlights. Austin Wells is at low A. A lot of people are excited about him. Anthony Volpe there too. How about that? Luis Medina, Josh Bro, Siegler, high A, double A. You're looking at Matt Pita, just a friend. Florial. Any pitchers there? Glenn Otto, my guy. Jansen Junk, that's just a friend. Luis Hill. And then, AAA, there's a lot of names Yankee fans are familiar with. Albert Abreu, Bearclaw, Nestor Cortez, Davey Garcia, Luis Garcia, Nick Goody, Krisky, Nick Nelson, Addison Russ, Adam Warren.
That's wild.
Chirinos, Andujar, Dietrich, Holder, Gittins, Greg Allen, Trey Amberge, Ryan Lamar. Again, not a joke if the Tigers want to run it with that team.
Be good. All right. Burn of game 1. Here we go. On your mark. On your sets. Burn.
The Yankees start an important 9-game homestand. The Tigers would go scuba diving as Tarek gets the start for Detroit as they're hoping to find diamonds, but instead they'll find coal as Ace Garrett is on the bump. G.O. as Urshela has an early RBI single. Then, like a bunch of local sports radio hosts, there'd be a bunch of homers. Clean with the red thunderous jack. Here comes the judge, big old homer. This Hicks. Unstoppable 4-0 Yanks, and like a little kid telling a lie, the judge doubles down. Grand salami to make it 8-0 Yanks. That was 7 more runs than the Yanks ace would need. Cole, 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 12 Ks. Odor leaves a bad smell in the Tigers' mouths with a pimp job of his own. Yanks go hands up with a 10 spot on the scoreboard, while Cole, Sessa, Peralta, and Litke shut out Detroit. 10-0 final.
Good job.
Thanks, man.
This is the first legit laugher of the season. Like
Laugher.
100%, no qualms. As soon as they scored the Yankees scored in the first inning, which has been rare, and then once Cole was settled in, it was just ridiculous, man.
It's good. Yeah, 2 strikeouts an inning. Quick math there. I know that's not our strong point. But, Cole comes out with the quote after the game, like, I'm still not locked in or whatever. It's like, cool, man. Cool beans. If you are, that's cool too. But, literally outmatched. I know did Miggy Cabs not get a hit? He was 1 hit away from tying Babe Ruth this whole series, and he didn't get one.
Tying Babe Ruth for what?
Career hits. So it was supposed to be like a whole at the stadium, and Miggy Cabs, you're great, and
he was hoping for a nice moment.
He does not. Yeah, like one of the relievers kind of should have gave him one in this one. But, they dominated. I don't think
Garrett Cole currently leads. Well, maybe I'll save that.
Okay. Every Tigers hitter struck out. There's 18 strikeouts. They had 1 walk.
Jesus.
The Yankees, on the other side, 15 hits, 10 runs, 10 RBI, 5 walks, 5 Ks. They were dominant. Judge with the huge grand slam that put it into laugher mode.
Litke with 1, 2, 3 strikeouts in a row in the 9th inning is just kind of like,
too sexy.
What's happening here?
Yeah.
Hold on. Is this game real? They were out. He didn't use his slider a lot this game, Cole, which I thought was interesting. I don't know if he didn't need it or the other pitchers were just working really well, but he changes a lot of his his pitch mix, it seems game to game, it's just kind of, which makes
Keep 'em
sense.
guessing,
Going
yeah.
what feels, but he threw a lot of fastballs because I think he could just get away with that, and then a lot of the curveball, and the changeup was the third pitch. The changeup is really becoming a pitch for everyone this year. It's the
Yeah.
year of the changeup in Yankee land.
Hear the change.
Hear more
Except
about that
you,
in Game
Licky,
3.
You sicko.
Yeah.
Sick puppy.
Litke is the only Yankees pitcher that did not throw a changeup. You're correct.
It's just too gross.
Such a laugher that I really didn't even pay attention to Wandy Peralta. Like, I really don't.
Yeah.
I still don't even have really a thought process or scouting report on him.
The
Like,
Yankee-
it says that he threw, of his 6 pitches, he threw 4 changeups, which I didn't know, and I wasn't paying attention to, and I was just kind of
Yankees Twitter went with the Wandy Vision post, and it was like, okay, I get it. Like, people are into that, but save it for, like, another time. Like, if he has an important outing, be like, oh, Wandy Vision, not like, welcome to the team. It's a blowout. Hope you're good.
I agree with you. Sometimes you're excited. You're like, you know,
Right.
first Peralta outing, we're going to use our Wandy Vision graphic that we made. And they're like, shit, it's a blowout. And then someone said, just hit it, send it anyway. People are excited.
Yeah.
Like, maybe wait. Whatever.
How about our D-backs crushing the social media this weekend? Cheese
Yeah.
and rice, man. Engagement. Baseball's fun. That's the whole thing.
Luis Sessa gets in this game.
Revenge game. People forget.
They traded him away.
Whew. He remembers. Maybe.
I don't know. This game was easy, and I like the lineup. DJ, Stanton, Judge, and then they put Gio in the 4-hole, which leads to Judge getting some pitches to hit. Wouldn't you know it? And then Glaber 5, Hicks, Frazier, Higgy. It's probably the best lineup of what we have now. You can trade Higgy and Gary for me since Higgy's kind of cooled off a little, but not really. Like, I wouldn't. The bottom, I don't care. You can. I'm not gonna argue, but that first 7 or whatever it is, like right now, I think that's the go-to.
That's the spot.
I like that. I like Gio 4.
That's yeah. I mean, every spot in the batting order got on base twice, so that's good.
Sorry, Tariq, not good for you.
Not good.
And then Buck Farmer has an awful.
Yeah, I felt bad. He's got one pitch. He's got that 2-seamer that's like pretty cool, but the Yanks were just like, all right. So if it starts outside, maybe swing. And that's what Judge did.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Good game.
Good
Set
game.
the tone for the homestand.
Easy.
Judge hits, Stan hits.
Only 87 pitches from Cole. That was kind of nice. That's one of those like, yeah.
Well, what did you think about that? Because that was very divided. I did have mixed thoughts on that. I guess that's a good time to talk about the decision making there. He was cruising,
Yeah.
and he wants to pitch more, and the bullpen's been taxed.
Right.
So I think if I was the one making the decision,
The bullpen hasn't been as much as taxed lately. Like the starting pitchers have gotten it going, you know.
I still think up to that point it was a little bit, but I might be misremembering. But it was a conversation.
Because, I mean, the series before was the Pass the Torch series.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it because you're right. I could be.
You get both sides of it. Would have been cool to see Cole go out for the 7th, get two
The
more.
game before, O'Day, Loizaga, Chad, and Chapman were all used, but it's a blowout, so you're not worried about them.
Yeah.
And then before that, King was used. So yeah, you're trying to get more. He's the one pitcher that's guaranteeing you bullpen rest.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they don't have a slop guy right now. Like
Right.
they don't have Nelson or King go get us the next 3 innings. They used 2 pitchers.
Sessa.
No, they used
Wandy,
3
and Licky.
pitchers.
Yeah.
It does seem like you shouldn't have to burn 3 pitchers in a 10-0 game.
Yeah, they wanted to get Wandy out there. Would have liked to see them maybe go to him first, but
Yeah, I feel like either way, one of Sessa or Lakey probably should have gone 2, just to keep one guy completely fresh.
Not a real, yeah, not a.
Yeah.
I agree with all that. And I do think
if I were doing
it's
it.
10-0. You don't need to burn 3 guys, but they have an off day and blah 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 blah.
yeah. Sessa and Wandy hadn't pitched in at least 4 days.
Yeah. Cole was mad at being taken out.
Yeah, I get it. 7 innings pitched, 14 gets you a better chance at talking baseball, bro of the night. But whatever.
He only went 6 innings, right?
It's a long season, man, and this should be the good example. Like, did you see that Tigers team? Up 8-0? Let's save some cold bullets for when they matter at all.
Yeah, they also took DJ, Judge, and Glaber out. And yeah, this is the time where it's like, okay, fine, it's 10-0. Makes sense.
April 30th against the Tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to game 2.
Yeah, dude.
Burn number 2, Jameson Tyone on the bump. Here we go, Jake. On your mark, get set, burn!
How about a nice Saturday tea time as Turnbull versus Tyone in the Boogie Down playoff hockey 0-0 into the third. It's a glibber ribber as Torres hits the RBI single. Tigers punch back like a candle in the wind. Heimer Candelario turns on one, but that would be the only blemish on JMO's day. 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 8 punchies. Whew. Speaking of punches, the big fella delivers a couple of his own while going all dance class on us. To the left, to the left, to the left. RBI double, to the right, to the right, to the right. 2 RBI single. Glaber says, I'll have what he's having. 2 RBI single of his own. It's 6-1 Yanks. Justin Wilson comes in, and right now he looks like the castaway of the Yanks pen. Chad normally likes being solo, but too much good rum from Nico on the solo homer. That makes it 6-4. What? But Chappie is nasty. Tyone to Loizaga to Wilson to Chad to Chappie. Tall guy alert, 6-4 final.
Tall guy alert was good. Can you run past the rum? I feel like there was a lot going on, and I want to slow it down.
Okay, so the line before that, Justin Wilson comes in, and right now he looks like the castaway of the Yanks pen. Wilson, castaway.
Oh, why does it always do that?
Oh.
It must be on loop or something.
And then I said, Chad normally likes being solo, but too much good rum with Nico on the solo homer.
Okay.
It doesn't fully tie, but, like, you know, Chad likes
Being alone with
likes
it.
to be.
Just him and the ghosts.
Yeah. I know you boys like glibber ribber. We haven't glibbed in a while.
Yeah, well, it's always interesting when you come up with a new thing for a guy you've been doing burns for 4 years.
Well, Glaber hasn't been hitting any home runs, so all my Glaber stuff is home runs. So, like, Glaber bombs.
Yeah.
Nope.
Can't do it.
There haven't been very many Glibber Ribbers anyway.
Glibber ribber. So.
It was all Jays. It was J-Mo to Jonathan. It was Jameson to Jonathan to Justin. Then it was Chad Chapman.
Chad Dreen and Geraldus Chapman.
Oh,
Everyone's got a
and
J.
Candelario. I've been saying his name wrong my whole life.
I've been saying Jamer.
It is Jamer.
It is Jamer. I like Heimer.
It's not Heimer. It's Jamer. I heard the Tigers announcer say that, and I double-checked it.
I don't trust
I know
them.
at one point last season we spent a morning trying to figure it out, and it didn't happen.
Jamer Candelario is what my research today led me to, which I didn't know.
That's true. Not a names pod.
Can you tell me a little bit about J-Mo in this one?
Yeah, so it was kind of a similar song and dance we'd seen with JMO. Look at all the strikeout numbers from this series. JMO was getting some punchies. His high fastball was beautiful. K was like grunting and groaning. He's like, oh.
So I saw all of those because he got a lot of strike threes on that 94, 95 top of the zone. And I saw like the highlights of the end of all the strikeouts.
And then he had a quote at the end was like, yeah, my fastball's kind of been outside the top of the zone, which kind of had been conducive for strikeouts, but also guys have been taking walks off of it. But he was finally kind of getting a slot with that, and that's pretty cool. And then, the one inning he ran into trouble, they gave him a chance, and he goes, so let me go through the inning. Goodrum single, steals second, Jones reach on infield single. And that was the whole Goodrum got hit by the ball.
I saw, so like a lucky break.
That was pretty lucky. Grossman walks, Willie Castro walks. So this was, 5th inning, 4-pitch walk to Grossman. Castro won the at-bat, and then it's bases loaded. Miggy Cabs, and he punches him out, and he lets out a little emotion on the mound, which was
I
cool
like
to
that.
say. Yeah.
That seeing Goodrum run into the ball, running from second to third on an RBI single, probably maybe a 2 RBI single. I was like, man, that's such early April Yankees baseball. We're over that.
Yeah, we put that in our rear view. I mean, this game was May, so
that at bat to Cabrera, I tuned in for that because
you tweeted.
I tweeted
it.
It's a huge difference if, like, say Miggy pops him, which I know Miggy's not who he used to be, but that's the worst case is he hits a grand slam there, and it changes his outing to probably gets pulled after that. 4 2/3, 5 earned runs or 5 runs. I don't know if they're all earned or not. And then, finishes 5, only allowing 1. It's so different.
Yeah.
So it's a huge at bat, and the punchy's nice there.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see the development, him and Kluber as we go. These guys we're not familiar with. You know, JMO's fastball right now is his out pitch. Is the off speed gonna catch up to the other stuff? Because that's, you know, hopefully it's a progression as the season goes. Right now the fastball looks great.
You know what I need him on? And I think I heard Coney talking about this as well.
What's that?
Now, this is more of a personal thing, back end of the show, but
Okay.
a third pitch. He has a slider, but he does not use it a lot. And he has a changeup, and he never uses it. And it's the year of the changeup for the Yankees.
Yeah.
Everyone's got an nasty changeup, so I just need him to sit in on the changeup meeting, and just listen in, and let's bump that up.
Let's turn that up a little bit. Yeah.
Maybe got to work on it a little bit first. I don't know what it's doing.
Yeah, it looks like right now he's 50% fastball, which is pretty high. They've got slider at 26 and curveball at 21.
But he's scrapped the slider lately.
Yeah.
This game he went 50 fastball, 35 curveball, slider 14.
Yeah.
Under 15 I think is kind of like, nah.
Yeah, I mean let's see how, like you're saying, Kluber, Cole, we're seeing them develop. I would say on this day he probably just had a better grip of the curve, but you know, when you're talking about attacking lefties, that changeup would be a little more impactful. So it'd be cool if that pick would pitch up. His baseball savant actually looks pretty good. So yeah, and I mean this was his first win since, what was it, 2018, August 2018.
It was exactly 2 years, so
April
19.
Yeah, 2019. So when you actually hear that, it's like, wow. Holy crap. And apparently he was pretty emotional. They gave him the belt and stuff. So that's cool. A little team bonding. This is what we've been looking for.
Did you say exactly 2 years, BBD? Like on the date?
Yeah, it was 2 years exactly.
Damn.
Pretty well. Right after Kluber got his first win after 2 years or whatever it was. Craziness.
Yeah.
They're just doing that thing. The lineup. What I didn't like here, and I get, just because they swept doesn't mean I'm going to take away all my complaints, I guess.
Sure.
I did not realize, but a tidbit they said was that Judge has been asking to hit 3 for years.
Yeah.
What?
That's pretty funny.
Pretty funny when he's just been locked in as the tool hitter forever.
Yeah.
And then he dropped that nugget. It's like, wait, what? And Stan's been asking to hit 2 for years, they said.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
What? Like, we have Plouffe on Talkin' Baseball, and I asked, it was like one of the early on questions, like, how much does batting order position mean to a player? And he's like, a lot. He's like, a lot. Way more. He's like, more than, it's not, don't dismiss it. Protection matters, feeling comfortable matters, and being in the same spot day in, day out matters. These guys asked to be 2-3. I mean, if that's report is true, that's wild.
Dude, it's not online. Maybe I'll still find it. I wanted to get a fire GIF out.
Yeah.
With words on it. So I would have had to hit up the editors. But I was looking for in Boondock Saints when I think it's the strip club scene where he's in there and he's got the guns pointed outwards.
Yeah.
And I was going to have 3-hole Stanton, 2-hole Judge. And then he realizes that it's the idiot Boondock Saints that are doing it. So he crosses them. And he's like, oh, these guys think they're in a fucking movie. That was the Yankees' realization. Yeah. Like, oh, switch them.
Yeah. Okay.
So if someone wants to make that and send it to me.
Do it. So anyway, that blew me away. I was like, what? Because it like Stanton's hitting so good in the 2-hole, and Judges wanted to be 3, and what the fucking difference does it make? Really, let him be comfortable. Anyway, when Stan's out, and I know they're going to give him rest, and that's a whole different topic, and whatever. Just leave Judge 3. Just slide Glaber up to 2, or slide someone else up to 2. Like, why? Because one guy's out, does everyone have to slide? If these guys are telling you they like certain spots, then just keep them in their spot. Obviously, it doesn't matter. Judge has a great game in this game as well, and the results are great. I just think it's just one of those things doing too much. Like, whatever. Like Odor's 3-hole. Just slide Hicks to 2 and Judge to 3 for one game if stands out, and keep Judge where he's been asking to play, I guess. If that's true that he's been asking. I don't know. That was my only gripe with it.
Yeah.
But it obviously didn't matter. They won and all that, but like it's just I was blown away during game 1 listening. Like
It's a very casual thing to drop.
yeah.
Oh, the best player on the team's been asking for a pretty easy fix the
Yeah.
past
It's
couple
like
years.
their whole thing is that they've been kind of similar, so you want one of them protecting the other.
Well, it's the double play balls, you know?
Like Stanton's MVP year, he batted second. I'm looking at it 110 times. So
I don't
like he's been
Yeah.
second before. It's not just like he's saying he likes it.
yeah, it's weird. Weird thing that I was like, huh? So anyway,
Casual drop.
that lineup, that's what bugged me about the lineup. We didn't do the pregame show, so I didn't get to
Right.
like talk about that then, but that
And by the way, Stanton's first 3 consecutive 3-hit game. He looks like a nut job. He DHs, which is the rest position, as we talked about. So I mean, yeah, they won. It's that was a little frustrating when I put it together. Oh, and this was Clint Day opens up the game. Whee! Almost gets the snow cone, drops it, follows that up with a throw to the tarp. So that was a pretty wild start to this one. Tyone gets out of that, which again
that was nice.
Again, think about what that means to him and Clint.
Yeah.
So yeah, 3 RBAs from Judge and Torres. How about it?
I like a lot of that stuff.
Mm.
Let's do game 3. Today's
DJ
game.
with the stolen base.
Really?
That was pretty.
I didn't see
yeah.
that. When was that?
He I forget, was it when the game was still kind of close? He just took off and they threw it into center and he got to third and it was like, DJ, you're the best.
Jeez.
Love you.
Caught so off guard they threw it in center field. I got to look that up. I didn't see that. I mean, Kyle had to have tweeted it, right? From
So yeah, I mean, this was a 1-1 game in the 5th. We hadn't gotten to Turnbull yet. LeMahieu singles, steals second on the first pitch. They throw it into center. LeMahieu's on third. 0 outs, and then Judge hits the double. But at the time, that felt super necessary.
I saw the Judge double because I saw I poked in when things were happening. But I guess we didn't post that. I'm trying to see if I don't think Talkin Yanks posted that. All right, let's go. Let's burn game 3.
Mm.
Can the Yankees get the sweep? I sure hope they do. On your mark, on your sets, and burn it.
Like all the Fordham parents on their first visit to see their kids at college, we're bringing broomsticks to the Bronx as the Yanks try to sweep the Tigers. They'd say, no way, Jose, as Urania gets the pill. Verse, I am the modern man. Secret, secret, I've got a secret. Mr. Roboto, that's a reference the kids will like. As Klubot takes the hill in the bottom of the 2nd. Escargot, my car go. As Higgy Smalls hypnotizes Detroit with the RBI double. Guard Dog sends one into the bleachers. Oh, no, that's gross, man. Robbie snags one at the wall, but Sack Fly scores the run. Why am I hyping up Sack Flies? Because Urania was great. 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 7 Ks, but Kluber was better. The Klubot goes all binary code with zeros on the scoreboard and a 1-0 in the strikeout column. 8 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, as the mere mortals were no task for the machines. Nasty Chappie combines with him like Costner, Connery, and De Niro. They're untouchables. Ooh. None of you kids have seen that movie. Yankees win 2-0 and get the sweep as they await the Astros' return to the Bronx.
Oh, untouchables, Mr. Roboto.
I love Mr. Roboto. I mean, that's obvious, but just 80s kind of weird music. What's this really about?
Everyone go watch the Untouchables stairway scene.
Right now.
What was the opening joke that you made that BBD giggled at that I missed?
Like all the Fordham parents on their first visit to see their kids at college were bringing broomsticks to the Bronx.
To clean the dorm rooms?
That's the joke, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if that was it.
My mom, every time she visited,
Oh, yeah.
gave a sweep.
I said
assumed there
parents.
was-
I didn't want to stereotype the mothers or the fathers, but I think that skews.
Well, my dad
Moms.
wasn't going to do it if we're
Yeah.
talking about my
Oh my
family
God.
specifically.
Your
but-
mom came and swept your dorm room?
I mean, she would insist. I don't think it.
Do you remember when Taylor Glenn's mom came and cleaned our whole apartment head to toe? That was one of the wildest things I've ever seen.
She did?
Oh my God.
It kind of pissed me off.
Rubber
'cause it
gloves,
was,
like the whole thing, the whole floor.
Before we moved in.
Was it that?
I think it was before we moved in.
First visit. That's all.
Yeah.
it kind of upset me because like I'm messy, I'm not dirty, so like I don't
Ooh.
need to like deep clean. I'll not put my clothes
messy,
away
I'm not
very
dirty.
well.
Ooh.
It's like a wrap.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like not badass at all.
Kluber
Yeah.
was the best. Change up, man. I mean, even Booney said afterwards, he was like, "Oh, change up, pretty fucking nasty."
Yeah. Tons of swings and misses today. And again, sure, is there a Tiger factor? Absolutely. They had 2 hits in this game. They looked broken and demoralized. But that was the other team on the field. Kluber looked nasty. There was questions, is he going to come out for the 7th? Is he going to come out for the 8th? He did, and man, it gets you excited when, now look at his first 6 starts or whatever. His ERA's down to 3.03.
How many pitches did he throw?
103.
So that's so very interesting to me, and I think I know the answer. And I think we talked about this a lot before the season even started. They have Cole for 9 years. They have Kluber for 1. They're going to ride him. Cole was in a blowout, and he was at 87 pitches. So, like, they're not taxing at all on the arm. Kluber's in a really close game, so you could make the effort that, he's in more pressure-filled pitches, more taxing pitches. And they let him go to 103, and they take Cole out at 87. I think the answer is that they have Kluber for 1 year, and they don't like fully care about the rest. But it is kind of, if you're Cole, I think you're like, what the fuck, guys?
No, I think there's 2 things in play here. A, I think these past 2 starts have been get Kluber feeling good again. It's the Orioles and the Tigers. Let's be honest. It's not the murderer's row of MLB lineups. But he's cruising, and then it does attach to what you're saying. Like, I mentioned this last episode where we couldn't get excited about it. But, man, this year, if Kluber continues looking around this, they're going to use him. Because it is 1 year, $11 million. They don't have to save anything in the tank. So, I think with how bad these Tigers look, I think you can pump them up, get them hyped a little bit, get those stats up, and use those bullets. And you'd like to think there's conversation because he's obviously a unique scenario here. Older pitcher, used to be elite, missing for a couple years. So you'd like to think there's an open conversation there, but who knows?
Who knows? He did say in his postgame that he wouldn't say that he never has a good time.
Right. Which is good.
So sometimes he does have a good time. So I think what he's trying to say.
Yeah. There's times when I have fun.
Kluber looked good. Anything else about this lineup, this game? I mean, Urena did shut him down. It felt like a blowout because of how easy Kluber was, how fast the game was going. So I never thought this game was up for grabs, and it was only 2-0. So, but it just never felt that way. And then it never was. The Tigers are just bad, and I think the Yankees were like, let's just get out of here.
It was a Sunday game versus a terrible team.
Two wins in a
quick.
Two wins in a row without hitting a home run. And they didn't have a single win without hitting a home run before these two.
Huzzah.
Gotcha. So that's the recap of the series. Now you guys are caught up.
Caught up.
You understand what happened. And we're going to give out some awards. And the first award that we give out here on Talkin' Yanks.
No, seriously.
Where the hell is it?
Ooh. Pride.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees. Pride of the Yankees. Yeah.
And I go first, right?
You're the Sunday guys now.
Yes, a man of faith and a believer in the Lord. Well, okay, interesting. There's a lot of options, guys. A lot of options. I am taking into account who got it last week, who did something this series that was different than last series. I'm taking a lot of things into account here, and I'm going to go to Aaron Judge.
Yeah, that was the layup.
8 RBIs. 8 RBIs, 2 home runs. But he did go 0 for 3 today. So that's where I was thinking maybe not. But, those home runs were pretty big. That bomb to dead center was nice. I said he was going to like shut up to me and everyone, and he did.
I like that Oppo one even more. Second deck
Oppo.
Grand
3-2
slam.
fastball. Second pitch on the 3-2 count. He fouled the first one off, and they're going to throw to him. Bases loaded. Like, good luck. Yeah. Grand slam. Breaks that one open, allows it to be the laugher it should have been, and he looks good. And his numbers on the year now are great, right?
Oh, yeah. The big fella.
What are his numbers on the year? Do you have them up?
He's got, I just closed out of some stuff.
281 batting average now, 7 home runs, 18 RBIs, 946 OPS. He's 14th highest OPS of qualified hitters in all of baseball. And he's tied for 8th with most home runs. So, yeah. He's looking good, man. And stay healthy. And I guess whatever, you know?
Okay.
I mean, whatever.
All right.
If you can't start but you can pinch hit, sure, fine. I'll be fine with it. But I'd rather you just start. But whatever. Because you're really good.
Yeah.
You're 10 times better than anyone else
Big
that's
time.
on the team that's going to start in your role and position. So, like, keep playing, you know?
Show.
Hope he plays all 4 against Houston because he does have an off day on Monday. Play all 4 against
I
Houston.
think it's 3 against Houston.
3.
He's gonna.
I hope so.
Off day. The Yankees pretend they've been building up for this.
So that's my pride.
It's a good one. That was the one. 8 ribbies, man. Boogity. Grand slam. Okay. I'm, I think this is a guy that gets somewhat ignored sometimes because of what he was about. But it's Garrett Cole for me. Garrett Cole dominated these Tigers. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 12 strikeouts. Gets pulled early like we talk about, so that number could be a lot different. But, Jim, I think the emotions of baseball, sometimes we forget that the Yankees came into this homestand. They lost to the Orioles. Another recording day loss. It was 7 out of 8 recording day losses. And we were like, that sucks, because that's when we get in front of the microphone.
Yeah, it's when we put our emotions on the line.
So, the Yankees dominate that game. They dominate the whole series. Garrett comes out, drops it on the table that game, starts off this whole sweep. Hopefully this homestand is something we can point back at later on in the season. Like, that's kind of when the Yankees had their go. And, yeah, I mean, dude, look at the season he's having at this point. He's, I know we've got a lot of war people here. Thank you for your service. But Garrett Cole right now, I think he's like a
1.43 ERA.
1.7 WAR, which everyone's excited about. 1.43 ERA in 6 starts, 37.2 innings pitched, 62 strikeouts. So that's insanity. He's currently leading the American League in wins, which everyone cares about. FIP, which everyone cares about for a different reason. Whip. Walks per 9. Ks per 9.
Isn't Ks per 9 20?
14.8. At the Ks per win.
Ks per win?
Whatever that stat is.
Strikeouts to walks.
Strikeout to walks. Ks per 9, 14.8. Strikeouts to walks, 20.67.
So he has 20 strikeouts for every 1 walk?
20.6.
Yes.
You could round up to 21 if you want.
21 strikeouts for every 1 walk?
62 strikouts, 3 walks on the year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
At one point, because he had that strikeout where at the first strike 3 didn't get called, and then he got it. Sterling was really excited about it, and he had to take it back. And then you found out why he was excited, is because it got him to 51 strikeouts and 3 walks, which was exactly 17. It was like Sterling excited
dude.
about it.
Oh, he loves when
loves
math
that.
adds
A
up.
divisible number
He
gets
loves-
that man
It,
hard.
it made me so happy.
That's so funny. Good pride, Jake. Good
Thank
pride.
you. He gets overlooked sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you could have gone a lot of ways with pride. Not you, collective.
The
you.
number 2 was tough.
Yeah, there's a lot of options. But 2 guys that I think were runners-up got it last episode. So.
Yeah, not as many as you'd think, man. You'd think looking up and down that lineup, you'd think there'd be a little more.
I think Stan
juice this series.
and Kluber could have very easily.
Kluber could have. Stanton, I mean, he sat a game. Glaber sat a game. It probably came down to Cole and Klubot, but Cole gets it.
Dude, Kluber resetting the whole bullpen for the Houston series is so nice.
Off day tomorrow, too.
Yeah, double off day, but yeah, still. All right, now the next thing that we do here on Talkin' Yanks is wow. Oh, my computer's doing pinwheel. Just doing spinning beach ball pinwheel. So when it gets out of this, it may play the soundbite and it might cut me off. I don't know, or my computer's gonna blow up in my face.
I muted the Bluetooth track, so you're good.
Okay, great. Jake, my Yankee MFer is Clint Fraser.
Yes.
He has one hit this series. It is a home run. The bat does look like it's coming around. He made a tangible change in his stance, and he's barreling up better, and I like that. I told you guys this pregame show, I wanted to give Clint an award, but I don't think there should be any negative awards on a sweep. So the award was going to be what condition is my condition in, or whatever that song is. Got to check in on what condition my condition is in. It's going to be a conversation, and it happened last year, and I don't care how good he hits right now. He's not going to be trusted in playoff games in the outfield by the Yankees. They did it to him last year with Gardner, and if everyone else is hitting and he's not one of the top 4 offensive output guys, he will be replaced. I mean, that ball that dropped in front of him with Cole, he lost it in the lights, right? And you can see Cole be like, what? Come on.
Yeah.
And then the ball the next day with Tyone, he loses it in the wind. We've seen him lose a ball in the sun this year already. So it's just like he needs to play in an indoor stadium. Well, they have lights. So a day game in like Utopia with no wind, no sun, no nothing. One time, an uncatchable ball that no one expected him to catch, dropped, and he blamed it on the ball boy for not getting out of his way, even though like Clinton wasn't going to catch it anyway. I don't know if you guys remember that.
He would have had a better chance at it.
But
it landed right next to the ball boy.
Almost every time he drops one, you have to you can look and see what's he going to blame it on this time. Last year, or Tanaka, he blamed it on the rain, the wind. So we got rain, wind, sun, lights, ball boy. I just never seen an outfielder just have so much trouble with conditions all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And it's always something. And he's made some nice diving grabs. I don't think he had to fully dive for all of them, but he catches the ball, and that's great. But as long as you, like, that ball, these drops, you get like 2 a season, how blatant they are. That's why I texted you guys, like, he's actually got a longer leash on a lot of fans because he's so bad. You're like, well, at least he's catching some. It's like,
right, because he's supposed to be a hitter. So that's why everything was magnified when he wasn't hitting, and now that it's starting to come around. But yeah, it's I said I was more mad about the throw because you just made a mistake. I've seen outfielders drop balls on windy days, and I think, and this is hopefully part of the maturation of Clint Fraser, I think if that ball wasn't the first swing of the game, I think he catches it. But I think he came in, he's playing right field, excited, let me hit another homer today, and then it's, oh boy, happy feet out there, penguin mode. So, yeah, man, it's a storyline of the season. Clint, if there's a ball hit to you, you're expected to catch it. Those are the rules of the outfield. That's the rule of every position except pitcher. So, yeah, it's going to be something to watch. He made the nice ones in left. Now he's in right. My whole thing that I've always said to you is just catch it. I don't care how pretty it looks. If you got to go happy feet, if you squeeze it, he didn't squeeze that one. And like you're saying, man, that happens in a playoff game. You just gave the opposing team a rally, or you just took an inning from Garrett Cole. Think about everything we just said, how big it was for Tyone. What if that screwed up his whole day? Well, I mean, if Tyone gets in a little trouble in the first and he throws 33 pitches.
He added a lot more pitches to Cole's one inning there too.
Yeah.
I believe if he had caught that ball in the Tyone game, it would have been an 8-pitch first, and Tyone had a good day anyway, and it turned out not to matter, but
yeah.
Could easily, if he had only been able to go 5 that
and
day.
They swept, and they won handily, so it doesn't matter, but it's just, you're searching for anything bad here. And a storyline, and they're like, the bat's coming around. Like, you just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
And I think
if he's the 8th or 7th best hitter on the team, they will just sub out a lesser hitter for better defense in the playoffs.
They can. They did it last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I do think, between Gardy and his borderline Gold Glove play, Judge, underrated all-world right fielder. Hicksy, supposed to be, a class center field of sorts. We haven't had a lot of outfielders that are average, below average. I think it's a little bit of a mind dance for Yankees fans. And, hey, man, if that continues, you're not going to play. You can't play in a big game.
Yep. Well, so that's my MFR.
It's a good one.
Jake, do you have one?
Yeah, Mike Ford, 0 for 7 next.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mustache is cute.
He put a drive into one today.
Sure. Huge.
Kay thought it was going to be gone, I think.
Yeah. I think the ball was traveling great today. Guardy's looked like it should have been gone.
Yeah, there was a bunch. I don't know if the wind was swirling or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
Mike Ford, Band-Aid?
Yankees swept. I'm over it.
I think he was taken out early for both games he played.
Ford was?
I think so, because I think
DJ made a nice play at first this series.
I think it was both of the games that were within reach. Because I think game 2, K had a point of and he's in theory a good hitter, and you're taking him out of a 2-run game and whatever. You're putting Wade in good defense. You can make the argument both ways there, and it happened again today.
Yeah, Band-Aid, easy. Okay,
Done.
tough break, Ford, but Voigt's coming back. I'm very excited and interested in that.
Yeah.
How did Odor do this series? Bad. Cool. All right, he did same as Clint, 1 homer in game 1. Yeah,
The only hits Odor has as a Yankee are
game
they were
changing.
timely.
Yeah,
So picking your spots well.
Mr. Timely. Is that the award you're giving out, Mr. Timely?
No.
No.
You're the first award.
I just wanted to make sure that I didn't give an award that you were going to give out because I thought you had written down
Jim,
Mr. Timely.
We already covered it. I never have written that down.
Ever.
I've never written
in
that down.
your whole life?
Never.
Mr. Timely?
So, apologize.
I don't know if you have the memory to know that you 10-year-old you.
Show me the tape.
I don't know. I don't
Show
either.
me the
I can't confidently say whether you have or you haven't. I don't know if you can.
What would a court say right now?
That inconclusive evidence
would be acquitted.
ruling on the field stands, and I think the ruling was you have.
No.
Yeah, that's MLB rules, man.
Jimmy, forgot his middle name was L. O'Brien.
No.
What the internet's saying. What's your first award again?
My first award is, you know what? I can't talked enough about Kluber. Dude, I don't know. There's not much to say about this.
Okay.
Mine is what's the Marvin Gaye Award.
Okay. Sure.
It goes to Aaron Hicks. It's what's going on?
Mm.
What's going on?
Yeah.
His final line for this series, isn't terrible, which I was shocked at. He had 3 hits and 10 at-bats, and he had a walk, so he has a 300 average, 417. It didn't meet the eye test and, following the games. But that's kind of Hicks' ball. Is he,
Well, he had the righty home run, so righty Hicks is still a thing. And then he ripped a lefty hit through the shift, and he was stoked about that. He went to first base, and he was like, finally. I'm kind of normally better lefty, and he's been very bad lefty this season.
Did he play in? Yeah, he played today. He tracked down a ball in center nicely. Chapman, whoever actually hit it off Chapman, and Kay was so funny. He's like, well, that's hit the center. It was like a fly out.
Yeah.
Hicks tracked down, but
I think he didn't know where Hicks was at first, too. Because
Okay.
there was a chance it could have dropped depending where Hicks was.
Yeah, and a hit off of Chapman right now is just crazy. But yeah, man, what's going on? I mean, do we go righty only? Are we ever going to get to that point, or is it when do we stop saying it's early? Nick Swisher
He had a good series, no?
Hicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the righty is so much better.
Right.
So we're not there yet. But Nick Swisher at one point dropped another side in one tenure of the Yankees at one point. I remember him saying, I was going to hit on that side because I'm hotter there. I don't know. Is that – how bad's lefty numbers looking now? Kind of what's going on? I'm just checking in because the numbers deceiving the eye test.
I mean, they're still awful. Against right-handing pitching, he's hit 119 this year. Against lefties, he's got a 907 OPS.
So I'm looking at his game log, and this will be the third time he puts together like a stretch of games where the numbers in that tiny stretch look good. So maybe this is the let's double it up award.
Follow up.
Like
So you're renaming the award.
It's not officially renamed.
Okay.
But it's got like maybe, there's talks of a name change. But
So
they're
what's
never
the official award?
the Marvin Gaye Award.
Okay. Marvin Gaye.
What's going on?
It's good. It's really good.
What's his writing numbers? Do you still have the splits in front of you?
I just clicked to his game log because you were gossiping about that.
I got it.
What splits do you need?
Holy shit, he's got a 907 OPS against lefties.
Yeah.
So when does he ever become a platoon? Does this ever get acted upon? What if we're in June and it's still 418 as a lefty? The full month of May,
Sure.
and it's a 900.
You see some extra rest days with Gardy and stuff like that, yeah. But they're not going to give up in his lefty swing. Like, that's why they think he's valuable.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
With like this roster construction, and like historically, it's been close to even, at least by OPS.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
don't know.
career, I think, the power numbers are a little better lefty, the contact's a little better righty. It's like, it's Bernie stuff.
Burning
man.
Well, that's the check-in on Hicks.
Okay. So the Marvin Gaye Award
Mm-hmm.
with an asterisk that it could be renamed at some point.
I already forget what I was contemplating renaming it, so it's just the Marvin Gaye Award now.
Okay.
Came in and went.
I will be giving out the Chris Rose Award.
Okay.
Yeah.
The whole rotation.
Yeah.
You giving it to the whole pitching staff?
No.
You giving it to Kluber?
No.
You're giving it to Tyone?
No.
Stanton?
No.
Okay. Who you giving it to?
BBD's got it.
I just wanted to tell you Mike Talkman just homered for the
Okay.
Giants.
Look
I
at
don't
that.
have to guess.
Congrats, Mikey T. The Chris Rose Award goes to Kyle Higashioka.
Oh.
Uh,
For catching the rotation?
Nope. BBD, I think you were on this a little bit. Our friend Kyle, we've loved him for years. Higgy does his thing. He's kind of just the king of cool anyways. Jim, the one thing that's been standing out and is pretty wild, besides being the best hitter ever, that actually doesn't shock me. Higgy gets hot. Top 5 home run derby guy on the team. It's the walks. Higgy was a guy who didn't walk at all. And now he's got, incredible plate discipline. He's spitting on pitches. And when we talked to Chris Rose rotation ad, go check it out. We're like, hey, Chris, what's up, man? How you doing? He's like, I recently lost 50 pounds. And we're like, Jesus, dude, good for you. What was your secret? It's walking.
Walking? Yeah, he did tell us
He was
that.
walking. So, also walking, Kyle Higashioka, man, who, golly gee, is he having a nice start to the season.
He got the big double today. Timely hit.
Up and in fastball, 96, got a round on it. It's awesome.
He started 2 of the 3 today, this series. No, just, yes. But he was hitless. He was hitless in the first one, but he had 2 walks. And then did he have a walk today or just the hit?
Just the hit today, I believe.
He hadn't walked in his career. It was wild, the numbers.
It was crazy. I mean, we dug it. I think there was 3 seasons he went without a walk. I think it was 2 seasons. Being a little drama queen over here.
2019 and 2020, no walks. 6 walks so far this year.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this year, he had 8 career walks. He's up to 6.
He's got 31 at-bats so far this year. His career high is 72 in 2018.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's we're talking about storylines or potential storylines. What's the most baseball Higgy's played in a year?
I'm super interested in that. Well, I mean, minor leagues, he had those years that when he was down, he had to be catching a lot down there.
I think he
Is it
still
100
wasn't
games?
the overwhelming starter in the minors. He would split with guys because it's the minor
Because
leagues.
there's someone else down there, yeah.
He's like, oh,
So in
it's kinda 2 guys.
18, he played 29 plus 57.
That
It was
is
82.
Yeah. It looks like in 2016 he
88?
played 102.
Yeah. He's
In
played
19, he
over
played
90
88.
games 3 times.
I'm interested to see how they use Higgy because I do think that if he goes like straight starting catcher, he might at times get exposed. Where if they stay somewhat like he gets.
Or he's Urshela, man.
Yeah.
Light bulb went off.
Yeah, he could be. He said that he was just dismissive of hitting for a while because he was focusing so much on defense. And he said that he read the Ted Williams book of hitting, which a lot of hitters do, read it as a Bible. And it's the first time that people talked about like launch angle and swinging at the same plane the pitch comes in. So the pitch is coming down. So why would you try to swing flat, which is what they teach you when you're little, and was the Charlie Lau method in the 70s. Like Ted Williams was the first one, was like swing the same angle as the pitch coming in. He said he used to read that on this high school bus, like a lot. Higgies did. Then he said he went to the minors and they all tried to change his swing, and he was like an 18-year-old, and now he's back to that he's focusing on hitting again. So yeah, maybe there's tangible results. I'm interested to see how they run that platoon and where it takes us.
Yeah, we saw them do the day game, night game. If for Higgy, it's gonna be if you keep playing like this, you're in the lineup, and that's where someone tweeted at me and was like, "When are you guys gonna eat crow on Gary sucking this year?" And I was like, "Well, fine. Gary sucked at the plate. That's why Higgy's playing. Gary defensively been really good. He had his first pass ball this series in May. Like if Gary was hitting, we'd be talking about how fantastic he's been this year, but he's been hitting terrible, so we won't."
I think at some point Gary gets another chance to be the starter again. I mean, that's just natural 'cause injuries and baseball stuff. But
You'd like
they
to
didn't
think.
tender him the $5 million contract just for him to not get any more chances after 3 weeks of bad hitting.
The Yankees are hoping Gary gets more in the mix.
Yes, and I think we'll see it slowly go to a true platoon, just rotating, and then they'll see where it takes him from there. I think then it's whoever's playing better, obviously, but
Gary was hurt a lot by Higgy being the only guy who was actually hot.
Yeah.
And the whole team being bad, and that was just the easiest change to make. I think if the whole team was hitting, Gary would have gotten 2 more weeks before.
Who pitches on Sunday?
stuff.
Who pitches on Thursday? So that's fucked. Okay, so Cole pitches on Thursday, which is a day game after a night game. So you're
So Gary
probably
plays
gonna
the night
see Higgy on Tuesday, Gary on Wednesday, and then Higgy on Thursday. So that kind of works out how they want it to right now. Higgy gets 2 out of 3. Gary gets the middle one. That means Gary would be catching Monty, and Higgy would be catching Herman.
And I think Gary caught Monty last time, and I mentioned it as an award last series, or it might have been a pregame show what to watch for, but Kluber's last 2 good starts, Higgy behind the dish.
That works out nice for them. And then it's day game, night game again, or night game, day game again. So it'll be, it's their day game, night game schedule is working into their Cole platoon real nicely. So it'll be Higgy, Gary, Higgy, Gary, Higgy. Higgy gets the day games after the night games. Granke's coming to town. I'm excited about that.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's your last award?
My last award is the Babe Ruth Award.
Wow.
And this was talked about on the broadcast today, so you might be hearing a lot of stuff that you're hearing for a second time, but it's so incredibly fascinating that I'm redoing it.
Do it.
Giancarlo Stanton. Giancarlo Stanton has hit 15 balls 115 miles per hour or faster.
Yeah.
15 balls 115 miles per hour or faster. There are 14 teams in the league, 14, that's almost half, that don't have a single ball hit that hard.
Yeah.
No player has one hit that hard. The Angels, as a team, have 5 balls hit that hard. The Blue Jays, as a team, have 5 balls hit that hard. Then the Nats only have 2. The Twins only have 2. Stan has 15. And Judge has 3. Dude, he's just doing something different. Babe Ruth out-homered other teams. He did something completely different with the swing. Stan's swing is so weird. All he does is meet the ball. He really doesn't have a big follow-through sometimes, and he just hammers it, and he kind of swings down on it to make that backspin so it just, those line drives stay up, like kind of like driving a golf ball, like just that crazy backswing. And there's a lot of old people or old heads who are like, I don't care how hard they hit it. Well, I mean, when you find out that hitting the ball that hard directly leads to more base hits, I think you care about it.
Yeah.
It's not
When it's literally he has
It's a
3 times more than any other team does that hard.
It's the direct correlation to more hits. You hit a ball 116 miles per hour right at the third baseman, he getting out of the way. We saw that was that Friday or is that a different series? I forget.
He was that the Orioles series? I think I tweeted that out during the Orioles series. He was skeet shooting. Like he plucked off the third baseman, he plucked off the shortstop. Like he hits bullets, man. And yeah, you really wonder, like, we know the nerds are smart and are always looking into stuff. You wonder if this is going to change minor leagues. Is this, are kids doing this in the backyards? Are there Little League Giancarlos? There probably are. So, yeah, it's something to watch.
You bump the exit velo up by 1 mile per hour and you jump it to 116. He's the only player in all of baseball that has more than one hit, 116 or more, and he has 9 of them.
Yeah. It's different.
It's crazy, man.
It's just different.
It's nuts. Outdoing full leagues.
Yeah.
He has more than any other
Divisions.
team. Divisions, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's close to having more than every other player combined, which is something.
Yeah.
So that's the Babe Ruth Award.
Almost
Beauty.
could have called it the Aroldis Chapman Award at one point. He was like the only guy throwing 100.
Oh, my
As
God.
often
There's a
as he
stat
does.
I want to talk about in Talking Baseball tomorrow about in 2008, how many guys were throwing 100 versus like this April.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's nuts, that sidearm kid for the Rocks.
There used to be an Aroldis Chapman filter on MLB.com.
Yeah. Now they're all freaks. He's still a freak. He looks pretty good. Jim, I'm going with the have a bad week at work, you have a good week at work award.
Okay. Glaber?
Nope.
DJ?
Nope. Sexier.
I don't know.
The bad week at work, the good week at work goes to Lucas Litke.
Ooh.
The Lint Licker. His first 5 appearances. How many days are there in a work week for normal humans? 5. He was getting touched up. He had an ERA 6.1. There was some bad luck, but he gave up a run in every appearance. And it was like, this cool story from spring training might be coming to a halt. His last 5.1 innings. He's only given up 1 hit, 5 strikeouts, no earned runs. Opponents hitting .059. That curveball's curving, and we hit May, and we're starting to have more grandeur conversations of the season. Clint catching fly balls, the catching situation. With O'Day hurt, and, Britton hopefully coming back at some point. It'll be interesting to see how the roster crunch happens, because we know the Yankees like Litke.
He's above Wilson in their book right now. Like he's the lefty in front of Chapman right now.
Yeah, I mean, not financially, and it's a long season. So it's
Yeah.
just gonna be interesting to track.
Someone asked me like why they brought Sess out before Litke, and I was like, because they have Litke as a high leverage guy. Like
He's
I don't know why they
emergency
do.
closer.
Yeah.
They have Litke penciled in as like if any of Chapman isn't available.
Yeah.
What percentage you have on Litke making it the full season?
75.
Okay, that's pretty good.
They're doing a lot of dancing for it now. Remember when AJ Cole, like we thought he was definitely not going to make it, and then he made it until they traded him, I think. So, I mean, unless they trade him.
Right.
But I think
Cole started getting rocked a little too.
he did. He'd had a crazy first 10 games or something like that.
Yeah,
Same.
month and a half-ish.
Yeah.
They love Litke. The nerdy baseball savant stuff is there. it'll be a storyline. I mean, if O'Day in 3 weeks, his shoulder's feeling better and he's on a similar track to Britton, I mean, that's 2 bodies going in the bullpen. Who knows? You know, we did so many episodes about Cameron Maben and how he'll survive. We'll see if it gets to that point, but Lucas Litke, man, good for you, dude.
Great for him.
Yeah.
It is. And we said we weren't really going to do this a lot, and I like Litke, and his stuff's good. I'd like to go like right now. I'd like to be like, hey, can you give us the Blue Jays and the Rays again? Because I just want to test this out real quick. Like, I know we have Houston. Who do we have after Houston? The Nats?
Yep.
And then we have Tampa. Okay. So I'm really interested in that Tampa series. Do we look better then?
Right.
Tampa and Toronto.
This
Like,
Houston
let's see
series, man. You know, the Yanks are peacocking right now. The
But
belt's back out.
Houston we still have a little bit of the vibe, like we haven't seen them in a while. They haven't seen us in a while. Like the familiar foe, Toronto, Tampa. I'd like to play them again and see how we look then.
It's fair. Yeah, I don't know. The fans especially, and the guys, there's a little bit riding on this next series. Interested to see how it sorts out. But, Jim, I mean, go look at Litke's Baseball Savant. He is top 1% in exit velo and hard hit percentage. Everything is very red on his chart.
Ooh.
The Yanks may fight for Lucas Litke to stay the year.
Oh, I think they want to, for sure.
Yeah.
I do. All right. That's the end of the awards. We didn't talk about Glaber, and I really wanted to talk about Glaber. I almost gave him pride, but he didn't play on Sunday. And it actually am, like, proud of Glaber because ever since he dogged it to first and it became a big media thing, he's been great. He made that play in shallow left. He hasn't really botched a lot or made a ton of errors, and he hasn't hit his home run yet, and he's still chasing every now and then, but he got like a timely oppo hit. Then he got like a timely bloop single, kind of going with the dinks and dunks and ebbs and flows of the pitches now, which is what he's best at.
Right.
Like his skill set is hitting pitches that aren't just his A swing all the time, swinging as hard. Like he can react mid pitch to a curve and go that way. And we saw him do that a little bit now. Yeah. And we've seen a lot of hustle. And
his defensive WAR is currently higher than his offensive WAR. Ooh.
No, it's been a kind of a stark change. I think you can pin it. I'm not saying that was the catalyst, but around that time, things got real hot, and he came to and has been like.
And that's the beauty of this damn sport. Hopefully, hey Clint, go catch fly balls for 2 months and be unnoticed. That'd be pretty sweet, dude.
Yeah. Glaber's last 11 games, 326 average. 383 on base percentage. The slugging is still down, so the OPS isn't there. He only has 3 doubles. But do that while you can, and eventually you'll run into a homer, and then you'll run into more.
Yeah.
But been very happy with his output.
I've got a take.
Yes.
I think Gardy and Clint are both about to get hot.
Okay.
Gardy started barreling balls. Clint started barreling balls. I think it's Yankee fans' dream that they'd kind of be on a different schedule this year. I think they might be on the same. Gardy started barreling a couple this series. I think on a normal day that ball's out. Clint looks a lot better at the plate.
Well, you have 3 righties coming, so they might try to find time for Gardy in one of these games or something like that over Clint. So we'll see how it plays out.
He'll get in there. Hicks, be careful. Gio the God just did his thing, played a little shortstop.
If that comes true, that's where I'm wondering if Hicks continues to slump from the left side, and if what you're saying, Gardy and Clint are about to get hot. I'm not projecting or saying I have an answer. I'm just interested on if there's ever a point where they're like, Hicks, we can't run you out from the left side right now.
They'll rotate the outfielders. They'll do the double off day, and then we'll see where it is. Hicks, though, hey, good series. Keep that going. Who else? DJ, sexy, like that.
Gio
God played a little shortstop today. Rest day yesterday, so shortstop today. That makes sense in the Yankees' heads. Sessa having a really good year.
Yeah. And Chapman's insane.
Yeah.
Just utterly insane. That's the episode. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with us for a little bit. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back Tuesday. Doing a little big just conversations, maybe voicemails if you guys want to send any interesting ones in that you don't think we'll talk about naturally.
Maybe
and then
KT, who knows?
Yeah. And then
that'll be perfect because off day tomorrow.
Then Thursday. Off day tomorrow. Thursday recap. Pre-game shows.
Dang.
See ya. Go Yanks. Tom Grams. God damn it, Jimmy.
Go Yankees.
Go Yankees.